editing comics can be hard. It's a very time-consuming process. I mean, first I have to like trace it, color it, then add the words. It's very time consuming, but it's also rewarding because I mean, look, if I was planning on doing the comic process in 2028, which means the process would have took probably much longer. Like, think about it. I want to publish them in 2028. So it's 49% done. In 2027, my process will be 60 to 70% done, but if I started in 2028, it might take me to 2030 to finish the process, since I want a lot of books out at once. So I would have to wait until 2030, which is not a smart idea. A smart idea is to get them done this year and next year, so by the time of 2028 the process could be over and I could successfully, because you know I'm 40% there. If I started out in 2028, I'd only be 0% there. Well, 30%. The drafts are 30%, and yeah. 30 or 20, I don't remember, but I just don't want to take too long. Now, anyway, that's out of the way. Let me go talk about some characters from Wings of Fire that have missed opportunities. First of all, I believe Orca had a missed opportunity. Having her not appear is fine. You don't need every character to appear. But we could have had lore about her. She is an animus after all. She's supposed to be a big, scary threat. But since she's already dead by this series, like, could we have at least had a prologue? It's disappointing that Webb survived. After all, what did he do? He didn't really do anything but cower in the corner. Kestrel could have survived and we could have had more on Peril's lore, but having her dead is okay. It still adds tension to the plot, but having a prologue of Webb's, that doesn't really seem cool. Especially because book 2 seems like it's for Webb's, like explaining his lore, but they really just say it. Like when he comes, they just tell everyone what happened instead of maybe revealing it later in the series when it's meaningful. I just don't really like Webb's because he doesn't really add much to the story but filler. His character is mostly there for other characters to grow instead of himself being his own character. He's just there for Tsunami and Riptide. He doesn't serve a purpose of himself. He's in the shadow of others all the time, which is kind of boring, especially when we get his backstory drop. But characters like Orca, who have an impact, clearly for several years have done stuff because they figured out their animus early on and started using their magic for evil. And it's cool, but then we have to have characters like Darkstalker who fit that role instead of Orca, the one who was built up to be that character. Also, there's issues with how the female animuses are treated anyway. Most of the female animuses are treated evil, while the male animuses are treated like they have a choice to turn evil or good. Like Turtle, he's a boy, and his animus powers are considered like okay. He knows how to handle them. Whenever a girl has these powers, she's either evil or just doesn't know how to handle them, which is weird. And just really rubs me the wrong way. And also the female animuses who have the same powers as the boy animuses are considered less powerful than them and are treated with less respect in the plots. An enemy should have been done way scarier. Like, they should have built her up to be more of a threat, but instead, she's not really a threat. She's just there to act as a lore drop. The same thing, she suffers the same as Webs, but at least she's less of an accessory as Webs is. But still, she's there to lore drop about Turtle, and her powers are not even hers. Well, that's disappointing. It does make for a cool plot. I'd like the idea of someone who has powers that aren't even theirs, uses it to their advantage anyway. Makes for a good storyline. But I think the way they handled it is just really poorly. Like a cop-out for a plot line they didn't want to make. Where they didn't want her to be all powerful anymore, so since they wanted to focus on Darkstalker, they instead made it to where her powers are not even hers. And having her become a good guy after all that, she should have been a villain for longer. Darkstalker also felt very much filler. Like, he comes in at book 9. We have a whole backstory revealing how dangerous he is. Just for a Rainwing. Mind you, the laziest of dragons, they say, to defeat him. Like, why are we building up a villain just to get them defeated in the next book they appear in? And why do we have a whole backstory revealing the lore on a character who only appears for 2 books and doesn't really do much for the plot? Well, he does a lot for the plot, but like character-wise, he's now just stuck as a baby forever, and he's never going to remember his old life. So why do we even... Sorry, I'm really distracted from the... I'm also comic making. But yeah, like, Darkstalker's character just doesn't really... He feels like an OC. Like, you know, those funny Mary Sue, Gary Sue OCs that people make for Wings of Fire. He feels like one of those. After all, what's a common trait of the Mary Sue OCs? They're an animus and a mind reader, and can see the future. What is Darkstalker? An animus, a mind reader, and can see the future. See the pattern? Do you see? The kind of does this feels so easy to make a character like that. Like, why not Orca? She's also a animist who's supposed to be super powerful. Where's her lore or stuff about her? All we can know is that she's dead and she was a threat, but she's dead, so it doesn't matter. But then why have Darkstalker? Like, oh, also Darkstalker is immortal. Another trait of these OCs. Seems very suspicious what's going on here. Not accusing anyone, but it's just suspicious. It's like how people just build up their villains, but like their villains end up just not having any plot relevance. Like, they're just there to be cool for a singular time, then defeated really easily, and then after that everyone forgets about them. Or they keep talking about how much they were worried, but like they don't really, like, why are you worried? They got defeated really quickly. Like, it only took you a couple months to defeat them. Like, when it was hyping up that it might take years to get rid of this person, but no, only a few months. Darkstalker does have some missed potential, though. As big as a threat he was, it just makes no sense for him to be defeated that easily. Maybe he could have had a redemption or something. I know that's corny, but like, he could have apologized maybe, just so he could be himself. Where you know, it feels like if your villain is like a threat to everyone, it feels very lazy to just make him disappear, like make the threat just disappear like that, turning into someone else where they'll never remember who they were. Like, that works. I don't know, I like that plot line, but it does, like, it needs, you need to show the character as a threat, but like not a threat to everyone. How am I supposed to, like, I'm distracted. Anyways, that'll be it. Goodbye.